Hey everyone, welcome to Family Adventures on Trikes. We are a family and we're having an adventure on Trikes. Today we're taking you to the Petrovaradin Fortress, one of the landmarks of Novi Sad. We hope you like it. If you're ever in Novi Sad and you ask any local what is the most important place to visit, I'm sure almost everyone will point you in the direction of the Petrovaradin Fortress. You know that thing when one kid wants to do something, the other one wants exactly the same. Šta tu imamo, David?
Džinovski lan.
Katanci?
Da. Džinovski.
This is the bridge we crossed, and here we see the roofs of downtown Petrovaradin. One of the most famous parts of the fortress is its clock tower. The clock tower has its hands reversed, so that the big hand shows to the hours, while the other one shows the minutes. They say it was made this way to allow the sailors see the time, the hour, from a greater distance. They also sometimes call it the drunken clock, because it's sometimes late and sometimes going ahead of time, depending on the temperature. So when you arrive to the fortress, just next to the clock, you have several restaurants for some fine dining or just having a cup of coffee. And from there you can see this beautiful view of Novi Sad. So a lot of people come here to relax, especially on weekends. For example, today is a Sunday and you see everyone's here. It's one of the favorite places for the people of Novi Sad to come and relax. Šta gledamo? Oh!
Džinovska naočara, džinovski sad.
Doneste mi rujna vina, hoću priče da se setim baš na ovom divnom mestu gde ugledah njene oči. Zaustavite Dunav iz kazaljke stare, to je pesma moja i pesma moje drage, nek vas uvek prate s pesmom rujna vina, 8 tamburaša s Petrovaradina.
As we climb the stairs through the long barracks, we reach the upper plateau of the fortress, where today you can enter the Hotel Leopold, or you can continue to the History Archive of Novi Sad, or visit the museum on the other side. Okay, here we can climb with the trikes, so I'll try just to show you what is up there. So here we are on the top. This is where you come if you come by car. This is the gate which we would pass if we came by car. And then the fortress extends all the way over there. Every summer for the last 20 years there has been a music festival here on this fortress, which is very famous. It's called the Exit Festival and is usually in the beginning of July. And at that time every part of the fortress becomes a stage. And at that time the fortress transforms into a crazy place with tons of people and different styles of music. And if you're a fan of music festivals, it's definitely a place to visit in the summer. The fortress is also home to an art colony with many local artists having their studios over here. Like every one of these is one studio, and a lot of local artists have their exhibitions here, or they really come here to paint. Like we can just look through. Gallery. Hvala ti.
Mama, gledaj.
Gledam. Gde su kod tebe?
Ajde da spojimo.
And here we have this outlook. If you're wondering about the history of the fortress, what we currently see was built in the 18th century as an Austrian fortification against the Ottoman Empire. However, there is evidence that the first settlements here on the Petrovaradin rock were actually here even 19,000 BC. Since then, there have been different settlements at this location, including a medieval fortress. The fortress in its current shape was never attacked, and so it remains almost intact. It is also the second biggest fortress in Europe. There are stories that it was designed by Vauban, a famous French military engineer who is considered to be the greatest engineer of his time and one of the most important in Western military history altogether. However, as far as I know, these claims haven't been proven and it remains just a legend. But the shape of the fortress indicates that it might have been one of his designs. Wow, kako dobro drvo, a?
Panka, ovo je još bolje drvo.
Here we also have the observatory of Novi Sad, where you can come at some times to see the planets and the sky. And here we have the City Museum of Novi Sad, where you can find the details about Novi Sad, about the history of the city, about the fortress itself, and the famous underground tunnels called the catacombs. It is said that under the fortress there are many kilometers of these underground tunnels, out of which only a portion has been discovered to this day, and it's a very complex, we can say a labyrinth of these tunnels, so it's not easy to get around, and they say a lot of people through history have gotten lost in them. So if you go in the museum, you can see one portion of these tunnels that are open to the public, but if you want to see more, you can hire some local guides who will take you there. There is also a legend that there is an underground tunnel that is connecting Petrovaradin Fortress with Novi Sad under the Danube. So this is a legend that has been going on for years, and to this day it hasn't been discovered, but I guess from time to time there are some discoveries that would point to the existence of this tunnel, and of course a lot of theories about it. After a long ride on a cold autumn day, there's almost nothing better than a warm cup of tea. And as it's getting colder and colder, it will be harder to get motivated for a ride and making a video. So if you want to help us and motivate us, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't, and give us a thumbs up to this video. And you can also leave us a comment down below in the comment section. Thank you. See you soon.